All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Doug Bose here. Of course, I am by myself here. Ed will not be able to join me. He's got some things going on his end. So that being stated, uh, it's real simple. What's going on? If anybody's been living under a rock, then I need to explain it, but I shouldn't have to. I think everybody knows, but I'm going to anyway, just in case some people haven't been paying attention. Um, I have a desktop computer that's over 10 years old. Believe it or not, it is over 10 years old. It's a piece of junk. That was preventing me from doing anything I needed to do to stream games. So TJ Johnson came through and told me, look, I got a piece of equipment for you you can use. He brought to me, and I'm not exactly sure what version or how old it is, but it was a Surface laptop style tablet type computer. You can disattach the keyboard, you plug it into the docking station, things of that nature. That's what I was using last season to run games. If it weren't for TJ, I don't know what would happen. So, much love and respect goes out to TJ because he's the one who's really done what he can, I think, outside of Chris and Ed and myself to make this league happen. So, anyway, everything worked good. Everything worked great. Everything was fine. We had the Victory Bowl. I know the audio was kind of shitty, and that was because of the connection that I have as far as a microphone. That's basically what that was. Had nothing to do with the Surface equipment. So when the game was over, I unhooked it, I put it away, and I didn't touch it until this season. And now this season, I'm having I don't know what kind of problems and what kind of issues. So I'm going to go to my Slack here in my conversation with TJ, just so I can give you guys precisely what he and I were talking about, because this was the equipment I got from him. He might have known more than I did, but you know, I have the automatic repair comes up. I'm supposed to basically choose an option where I get to continue, use a device, troubleshoot, turn it off. And I tried all these options. So when I do it, it goes, it's preparing automatic repair. Well, once that's done, it pops up to automatic repair. And it says automatic repair couldn't repair your PC. Press advanced options to try another option to repair your PC or shut down or turn off your PC. Log file d:/recovery/windows re/winre.wim/systems32/log file/srt/srttrail.txt. That's the error message. So I have shutdown and advanced options. So I can click any of these things. Shutdown's clear. So when you advanced options, you can reset the PC unless you choose to remove files or reinstall it back to factory or within the advanced options. So I could have kept files, removed everything, or factory setting. Either way, no matter what I did, it said reset this PC. There was a problem resetting your PC. When I go into advanced options, I would get system restore, system image recovery, startup repair, startup settings, UEFI firmware settings, command prompt. I proceeded to try all of these options to make this work. So TJ and I came to the conclusion that there's something corrupt within the system. We're not sure what it is, but there's an option to fix it. I need to get basically a new Windows disk, but the Surface does not have a drive, so it's going to have to get put on a flash drive USB stick. Since this laptop belonged to TJ, he's looking in to see if he has said material in his home. They had just recently moved, so I know they don't have everything unpacked. So he had told me it might take him till quote unquote next weekend, which would be this upcoming Saturday, Sunday, whenever it might be. I'm not going to rush him because he's got enough going on as it is. So now it takes me to the games. This week, Chris had to run all the games. As a result of Chris running all the games, he had shown a lot of frustration. He was worked up a little bit. Didn't have time, so to speak, I guess. We knew this was a possibility going in, that me or him might end up having an issue. The other one had to pick up the slack, so to speak. At the end of the day, Chris does not want to run all 8 games. I can't say that I blame him because that is a lot of work. We've been on Slack trying to find somebody who might be able to do at least 2 to 4 games. I have not gotten one message from anybody. Chris did not get a message from anybody. I know Mark Chisholm, I'm an effing problem, helped us out big time the other week running a game. So he came through. I don't know his availability, if he'd be able to run 3, 4, 5 games a week, whatever it might call for. And I can't expect that many games out of one person that's not directly involved with behind the scenes things, if you will. He's got enough on his plate with his own personal life, his own team, and things of that nature. So I don't know where that's at. I'm sure if he has a comment or an issue with that, he can let me know privately. He can drop it right here in the chat for everybody to see. Because that's what I want right now is open dialogue with everybody, so everybody knows where we're at. So that all being said, if I can't get a few people to stream games, B, I can't get this corruption file fixed, because once it's fixed, I'm going to be gold and have no issues. Or if Chris is not willing to run all 8 games, the league will currently be put in limbo till I figure it out. I'm by no means closing the IFL. By no means am I shutting it down. I'm just going to kind of put it on the shelf till we figure out how to fix it. Like I said, Chris has the option of saying, all right, I'll run every game. That's a lot of work. Somebody can say, hey, I can help. And if their help is 1 game, well, then it's like, can Chris run 7? If one guy says I can run 2, can he run 6? If somebody runs, I say, hey, I can do 4, there should be no issues, because myself and Chris had agreed to each run 4 games no matter what. He was going to be the recorded guy. I was going to be the live guy. I know last year when he came into an issue, I was running every game, every week, picking up the slack when he had his issues. But in this case, it's double the work, because we only had 8 teams last year, which was 4 games. Now it's 8 games with 16 teams. If TJ can find what I need to come through with fixing this system, I will have this system fixed within the week, which means we pretty much just go on a bye week. And if you look at the schedule, we were going on a bye, not this particular week, but the following week. We were going to have games on the 22nd and 23rd for Christmas. So there was going to be no games on the 29th and the 30th. So you can say right now, we are on break at least until the 5th of January. We will be on a 2 bye week here, 2 weeks of bye, no action taking place, because I figure I'm not going to have anything figured out until at least the 22nd, 23rd, 24th at the absolute earliest. So you pretty much got to stay tuned to the channel, to the Slack, to what's going on for updates as they come in. In the meantime, I am working on another adventure, so to speak. And here's the problem with Mr. All Pro Football 2K8. It's an old game. It's on the Xbox 360. And the fact that that is compatible with the Elgato is amazing in itself. And I know by doing this game, not many people are interested in All Pro Football. And I don't think I'm doing a Madden League, because that's not even happening. So I know some of you guys are wandering your brains real quick, thinking, oh, God, he's going to Madden. No, not happening. I like the community of guys we got. I'm keeping the IFL where it is, how it's going with the game, with the whole thing, yada, yada, this, that. No worries. What I want to do is a new adventure so we can all have something else to do. Now, if you all have seen my discussion with Pete Wall, who runs Pillar to Post, he has his own little wrestling thing called Renegade Wrestling Organization, RWO. I got talking about this situation with Ed, because me and Ed came together. We found each other on the internet, if you will, through wrestling. We were involved with a site called GeekSoft or GFed. And that's where you can run wrestling promotions and things like that. So I told Ed, look, why don't we run our own wrestling league, just like everybody else can do, just like everyone else does through live feeds. Now, right away, people will be like, well, you don't have the equipment to do it. You're right. I don't have the proper computer to do it, because with an Elgato, it needs to run through your computer system. So I went out and investigated. It turns out that there's this system known as the PlayStation 4. Pretty sure you've all heard of it, where it has the share button that goes directly through the PlayStation system. So I was like, wow. So I got a hold of a family member of mine and said, how does that work? Because he does a lot of gaming. He has it, this, that, and the other. He told me on the controller, it says share. You use that button to connect to your YouTube channel or wherever you want to share things at. And he goes, so when you hit that button, whatever you're doing on your video game is instantly goes live pretty much on YouTube. I was like, so do I have to hook that up to an Elgato, this, that, and the other? It's its own, what you call it, capture card. That's what it is. The PlayStation board has everything itself, all built into itself, runs through itself. You don't have to even worry about other things. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to get me the PlayStation 4, get me some WWE 2K18, and I'm going to create a wrestling company with all you guys who want to join. And it's going to be a part of it. I'm going to post in the chat room right now, and I'm going to put subscribe here. And this is the Facebook, the YouTube account, if you will, for the wrestling. There you go. It says subscribe here. It's at Call GWA, which is Call Create a Wrestler. GWA's Global Wrestling Alliance. If you could subscribe to that channel as soon as you can. I then have to get myself the PlayStation 4. Well, it turns out this family member of mine that I talked to went behind my back, so to speak, in a good way. She calls me and says, hey, I'm pulling up now. Can you open the door? Sure. I open the door. He hands me a bag with a headset, a Call of Duty game, a brand new PlayStation 4 system, and WWE 2K18. I looked at him and was like, the hell? What is this? He said, Christmas is coming. He goes, not that I can afford this. He goes, but you can have this game, which was Call of Duty. You can have this headset, which was a very nice headset. He goes, and I know you were going to buy this stuff with income tax. He goes, so when you get in your income tax money, he goes, just pay me back. I put it all on my GameStop credit card. I'm thinking, okay. Didn't ask him to do it. And it was like, wow. So I basically have a bill to pay February, March. So as long as I don't have to worry about my quote-unquote internet situation, this thing's going to work out just fine, apparently. And he told me that I have no worries with that I can stop stressing that. So if any of you guys want involved in the wrestling thing, message me on Slack. I want to get you guys involved. I've created a Slack for the wrestling. I have created a Discord for the wrestling because I'm trying to get familiar with Discord. It seems like a lot of things are moving to Discord. I'm trying to get the feel for the thing. Right now, I don't like it, but I'm willing to try and learn it if that's where the love is. And I also created a pro boards for the wrestling, so I have a place to archive things. So that all being said, if you want involved in the wrestling, all you got to do is let me know, message me. And what we're going to do is we'll create you a wrestler as close to what you want as possible when I get this stuff going. I plan on starting this sooner than later, but I work all this week. I'm off Thursday and Friday. I haven't even plugged the system in. I didn't even open it up or nothing yet. It's kind of just sitting here, and that's where it's going to sit till I get to it. So that being said, I would love all you guys to be involved. You know, realistic characters, name them after yourself, create a gimmick, something, whatever you'd like to do. You know, I want to have some fun with everybody, and this gives us something to do while I try to figure out the football thing. But getting back to the IFL, it's simple. I either need streamers or I got to get my equipment fixed. One way or the other, we're going to sit dormant until those things happen. And one way or the other, it's going to happen. The question is just when. Because if push comes to shove, I will literally sit here because I work every day of the week, basically, and I live paycheck to paycheck. So there's days where my bills are $350 and my take home's like $300. So I'm already in the red just from the week to week. And I'm sure many of you know that feeling. So on days when I actually have some extra cash or whatever, my kids don't listen. So when I actually have some extra cash, if I have to put back $10 here, $15 here, $2 there, I'll do it until the money adds up high enough to where I can actually go to the store and buy a brand new system. I was actually in Walmart the other day when I knew this was happening, checking. Nice little Dell desktop for like $350. Can't remember the name of the other company, but it was like $425. So they're not overly expensive, but they're clearly expensive when you live check to check. I don't know how much it would cost for me to take this surface to a computer store and say, hey, how much is it going to cost to fix this? And they fix it for me. That becomes an option too. So like I said, long story short, we either need new equipment on my end, Davis has to step up and cover all 8 games, or we need people to step up and help. So anybody who's listening, if you can help, let us know. If you can't, don't worry about it. We're not requiring you to do it. We're just letting everybody know the situation, where it is, and what's going on with it. As far as playbooks go, I got like 2 playbooks I've already sent in for this week. So you guys can leave your playbooks as are, and I can make those updates when we get to go into the action again. Like I said, I'm kind of depressed right now. I'm kind of bummed. But like I said, there will be no IFL game until at least January the 5th, and that's assuming everything falls into place. If it doesn't fall into place, I don't know when it's going to be. Worst case scenario, we close. That's the worst case scenario. And the thing is, I can't expect you guys to hang around, sit around in a league that's dormant due to equipment failures, and we're not doing anything. I can't expect you just to hang around, and I'm going to understand eventually there's going to be a limit to how long I can wait to get this going and get it taken out. Maybe I get lucky like Schmitty, because he went completely dormant for, I think it was over a month or something, and picked right up where he left off, and they didn't even skip a beat. So if I can get into that kind of thing, then we'll be all right. So I know we got a bunch of guys in the chat room. If anyone has any questions, comments, please mention them now. And like I said, I'd like to have some of you guys message me for the wrestling gig. I'd like to get that going and get some of you guys invited to whatever channels we're going to use once we make a decision. I'm going to try and get Ed and I to make a decision on that within the next 24 to 48 hours, so I know where to invite you. So like I said, I'm messing with the Discord and the Slack and the Pro Boards. I'm not feeling the Discord for some reason. Somebody's got to sell me on that. Like I said, I created a website for the league, where everything's going to be at. It's going to be real easy. When it comes to this thing, all you need to do is create your wrestler. You do not need the video game. You do not need a PS4. All you need is a vision of what your wrestler should look like. I will create him. And it's going to be simulation versus simulation, computer versus computer, just like the IFL. The purpose of the Slack, the Pro Boards, the Discord, whatever we use, is going to be a place where you guys can cut a promo on each other. For those of you unfamiliar with the wrestling term of cut a promo, I'll put it bluntly, that's where you can talk shit. I'm going to kick your ass, whatever, and hype up your match. Just some good old-fashioned fun, take nothing personal. And just carry on. We'll have some storylines, where angles and whatever. Create some tag teams, get some stables and alliances going. We'll run wrestling the way we would love to see wrestling. Unlike this garbage you get to see on TV. So, it is what it is. You can check out the website. It's called GWA at Weebly. Just like we have the IFL zone on Weebly, it's called GWA. So it's CAWGWA.weebly.com. And you see how I have it on the homepage. Right there's my main logo. It says news desk and things are coming soon. Then I have the link to the Discord that I was messing with. I don't know if I have it up there right or not, but it's kind of there. It's whatever. The application page is empty. The front office page is empty. Speaking of the front office, when I get that loaded, you're going to see my character come up there. And those of you who might remember him, Joey Falcone, that's going to be my character. I always liked Joey's name. I thought it was cool. So when I first started doing this EFED thing, I told him, I said, I'm taking your name because that sounds like a great name for a character. And I was always this rich Italian mob boss son is what my character was. And because of what my dad did in the Italian mob and mafia and stuff like that, I had money and I invested it into a wrestling company. And my guy's name was Joey Falcone. There was one time where Ed had a Bruno Falcone. They were brothers. And then there was little Vinny Falcone, who was a son. We had a whole Falcone, group going on in storylines or whatever. So you'll see that name and know that that's me, because I'm just using the name and it's pay homage to my cousin anyway. You'll see the PPV link, which is our pay-per-views. I have all 12 pay-per-view logos up for what we plan on doing. There's going to be a rules page, which the rules are really simple. Have fun. That's basically the only rule it's going to be for right now, other than some basic things. Because when you create your character in the league, you're going to have the automatic default setting to your wrestler's build, because you can be a cruiserweight, a super heavyweight, and all that other stuff. Whatever the default setting is, that's what you get. And after X amount of wins, you're going to be able to earn attribute points to add to your player. And then you get to pick and choose where they go and how they go. And when you lose, you're going to lose attribute points. That way it helps make you a better wrestler or a worse wrestler, and it helps you work up and down the ladder kind of in real wrestling. There's a title history page where on that page I'm going to put the title pictures. Once I get them created in the game, I'll take screenshots. The events logo, there's where we have our worldwide and our Thunder logos, because that's where the shows are going to be. I have a link that's called Radio. That's basically a podcast. Ed and I will be doing GWA Radio, just like we do inside the IFL. And we'll be talking about what's going on in and around the GWA. And then there's the link to Discord where it says you can come join us. Join our community on Discord. There's the link. It's discord.gg/EGKVTQP. Some of them are capital, some of them aren't. But like I said, you can find this stuff on the website. So, yeah, Mighty says his motherboard took a crap. Yeah, that sucks. So, yeah, Matt, definitely can talk on Slack, Matt. So we got David Yanez, Mighty, Matt. I know Chisholm was in here. I know Maurice was in here. I know there's a few other guys. I don't know who is or isn't here unless you guys type. So, like I said, I'm only seeing like 3 or 4 people talking in the chat, but we have many more guys that show me that I have 16 watching now, and that number fluctuates depending on who you are. So somebody might have a lower number. So if you're here, just let me know you're here and you're listening and give you a shout. But like I said, I want to get this wrestling thing going for sure. Like I said, I got the channel up and running for it already. We're going to do that. And by all means, do realize that that's not going to affect the GWA, and the IFL won't hurt each other. That's what I should say. They will not affect each other. There are 2 things that we're going to do. We're going to have fun with both of them, as long as we can get the things taken care of for the IFL, and as long as the assumption is correct that I don't need to worry about my internet thing with the wrestling. From everybody I've talked to, they say it's not an issue. So if you have a PS4 and you stream or whatever, by all means, let me know one way or the other that you don't need to worry about those things, because that'd be great to know. And I see we've got 1 subscriber thus far. There's more of you in the chat, so we need to get you guys subscribing over here. Come on. So yeah. There's Davis. What do you mean, Chisholm? I say, Chisholm, you should send the invite my way. I stream. I'm confused, but yes. But Dad, like I said, just to do a quick Cliff Notes rehash of everything I just said. Like I said, we're down to a few options. 1, I find some streamers to do this. 2, I get my equipment fixed. Or 3, I somehow convince Chris to run 175 shows. That's just basically what it is. It sucks. And we are where we are. Like I said, I can't expect one guy to run 8 games. Okay. So since you stream on the 4, is the assumption 100% correct that I don't now have to worry about computer issues with the 4? Because I see Mighty says wired connection. I just send the thing like that. Where's the wrestling? What exactly am I inviting you to with the wrestling there, Chisholm? Because like I said, I don't really have a page open yet where we're inviting guys. I know that. But let me see here. Where am I going here? Okay. Let me see here. Try to make sure I have everything right over here. Okay. And yes, and then like he's mentioning. Okay. That's what I figured, Mighty. Thanks for that. if it's a directly hardwired connection, which is definitely what I want to try and do. Definitely hardwire connect it. I might have to buy that cord, and they're not that expensive. Yeah, exactly. No PC needed. Yeah, and like I said, if anybody wants to get involved in the wrestling, you do not need the game. Just making that clear now. If you have the game, you can create a wrestler, and it can be grabbed off the internet and downloaded. So it has it precisely the way you made it. By not having the game, you basically just give me your best design, thoughts, build of however you want him to look, or she, if you want a female wrestler. And I do my best on my end to create the character to the best of my ability. And the field goal is good, and then it looks like the 49ers just beat the Titans. Yes, they did. Jimmy Garoppolo is the truth. All right, Marty. And there's Mr. CJ Coates. He says, I know I'm down. Can you afford 66.66 for 6 months? What the hell on earth are you talking about? What the hell? Oh my god. PlayStation Plus is like $55. I have no idea what that means, gentlemen. Somebody clue me in. Because if you got to pay to use your PlayStation and pay to fucking stream it, well, that's about sucks ass. That's what I'm thinking I'm reading. I could be misinterpreting all that. I don't know. Okay, you have to pay to be online. Did not know this. And how much does this cost? Let's see. I'm looking up now. PlayStation 12-month. I guess I'd have to buy some kind of subscription, apparently. Join PlayStation now or extend your existing subscription at the special price of only $99.99 for 12 months. Available for limited time only. Well, that would be old because I was a year old. I guess this is something I'll have to turn the game on and find. Looks like it's like $10 a month if I'm finding all this information right online. Okay. CJ says I'm supposed to call him about a laptop. I'm a fool. It's $55 a year. Okay. And I guess those options pop up when I try to do it. Okay. See, this is something I was unprepared for. That about sucks. But we'll see if I can make it happen. Because I tell you this, when we get streaming, Ed and I will be doing shows like crazy. There are going to be 2 shows. Like I said, Worldwide Thunder. There might even be a 3rd show. And then we might do house shows. Run stuff as often as possible. So, and Chisholm, I know you keep saying about sending you an invite to the wrestling. Message me on Slack on the IFL. Let me know precisely what invite you're looking for to where. Because like I said, I'm not sure what system we're using yet, whether it be Discord, Slack, or Pro Boards, although I might use Pro Boards for archiving events and archiving other things. So guys can get in on over there too. But yeah, like I said, check out the website for this GWA adventure we're going to do. And like I said, it's CAW, GWA, and CAW means create a wrestler call. So it's callgwa.weebly.com. So if you ever go to the IFL website, just change IFL zone to call GWA and hit enter, and you'll see what we're talking about. This is what we've got going on. And yeah, we're going to try and get some rosters going. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what exactly my live stream prices options are outside of a year's, because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pay for a year up front. I know I get a 7-day free trial, apparently. What the hell? I'll figure it out. Okay. Not sure. Like I said, I haven't messed with the PS4 ever. Okay, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. All right. Put the link on Slack. Okay. Send you all the links. So just bear with me as I send you everything that I got. So that's the Pro Board link. Send you the website link. So there's the website link. Yeah, I mean you can join the Pro Boards. You guys can join the Pro Boards. It's called gwa.proboards.com if anybody wants to join the Pro Boards. So that's cawgwa.proboards.com. You can get in on it over there if you want a while. And then, like I said, I'll start sending out invites to Slack or Discord, whichever one we decide to use. Because Ed and I want to really mess with Discord because it's from what people are proclaiming. Discord's the place to be. That's the way to go. That's the choice you should make over Slack. I can say with my experience today, messing with Discord, I just want to piss on it because it sucks. And I know that's why I didn't use it to begin with. I didn't like the feel of it. Now, maybe if I get used to it, I'll be thinking, I have a different tune. But based on what I'm seeing now, I don't like it at all. And I'm not liking it one freaking bit. So that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. I'm posting again in the chat. Subscribe to this channel. So click on that channel, subscribe to it, and get that in there. So this way, when we get things going on that channel, you'll get the first updates or whatever. Yeah. See, I might need somebody like you, Mark, to walk me through it. I know Chris is very familiar with Discord. I might need you guys to really say, okay, here's why it's better. Walk me through it. Let me know what's what so I can really learn everything. And that'd be nice. Because right now, like I said, it's kind of but I want to learn it just because of the simple fact, if it's better, then that needs to be the choice. I told Ed, hell, maybe I won't even use Slack or Discord at all, and I'll just put everything on Pro Boards. But then Ed brought the argument of people like to do things from their phone. Pro Boards doesn't have like an app. I was like, that's true. So we need to find one of these apps and use the app. So like I'm looking at the Discord now that I made for the GWA. I'm looking at it and I'm trying to figure out. Like, see, I can't freaking go to the direct link every time. It takes me some roundabout. Oh, you got to click here to join each time. It's really weird. And I don't know if people can just join this without an invite or what. If you can, cool. But because the invite's on the website, we got the Discord. Yeah, like I said, if you go to callgwa.weebly.com, you'll see the link that says Discord. Right there's the link. If you can click that link and invite yourself, because that's what it seems like you can do. I don't know. But if you can, great. Like I said, I'm learning. Still learning. Still messing with this. But I'm looking at it now. And on here, I created a general discussion board, a worldwide board, a Thunder board, and a real wrestling board. So that's obviously where we're just going to talk about whatever we want to talk about. Then the worldwide's for that particular show. Thunder's for that particular show. Then we have the real wrestling, which we talk about real wrestling. And the one thing I saw, it said voice channels. I'm trying to comprehend what the heck that is and how that works because I was messing with it trying to create one. And not sure what I did, how I did it, but from the name of it, voice channels, that tells me that's channels that I can go to and you can talk. Now, I don't know if you just automatically go in there and people hear you talking while you're in that chat room, or if you can actually leave an audio comment. I have no idea. So if somebody knows anything about those, by all means, please enlighten my dumb ass. Because I'm clueless. Like I said, I'm very clueless with some of this stuff. Okay. For me, I want to play WTK, but there's a problem having with it. My PC gets amazing loud when I'm playing. How it gets loud when I create a player. Voice channel is basically a group chat. You can talk in a group. Talk in a group like Skype. Okay. All right. So we only need those if we need some place for everybody to talk. Got it. That would make sense. And there's not going to be many channels because I'm not going to need many channels. I just need the channels for the shows and just general discussion, really. So, yeah, like I said, Ed's in there. Ed's in there, known as Dwayne Drew. Yes, he named his guy after both his boys, so he's using his boys as his first and last name. So, storyline purposes and gimmick purposes with wrestling, Ed's going to be known as Dwayne Drew. I'm going to be rehashing my old Joey Falcone name, which, like I said, was my cousin's real name. I just thought it was a cool name, so I stole it. Yes, I did. So, Chisholm, they sent you all those links. Hopefully you got all of them. The pro boards, the website. And like I said, as far as getting you on Slack or Discord, I'll get you guys added to whichever one we choose. Because we're going to be doing the same thing on both of them. It's just going to be a regular chat, a wrestling chat, the 2 show chats. And what Ed and I's ultimate goal is to get enough talent on the roster to where we're going to do what's called a draft, where we are going to pick and choose which wrestlers we want on our particular shows. And then you will be on one show a week, and you'll compete for the titles on that particular show. So, like I said, it'll be the Global Wrestling Alliance. You'll either be on Thunder, Global Wrestling Alliance, you'll be on Worldwide. As to what days those take place is to be determined. So we have to determine those days. So then that'll be the day to tune in. And like I said, the only thing you guys need to do as members is upgrade your wrestlers' attributes as you earn them. We're discussing if you earn a point after every 5 wins, 10 wins, maybe even earn a point for every win. And whatever you earn, after X amount of wins or win, it does the exact same, the opposite direction. So if we say you earn 1 attribute point for 3 wins, if once you have 3 losses, you're going to lose an attribute point. And it's going to be up to you where they go. So I'll just go into the game. I'll edit your wrestler each time, delete a point from that said attribute, save it, and then away you go for the next week. So if you make your guy lose a point and say speed, do you realize the next match he'll be 1 point slower than he was before. Now, Pete Wall, with his Renegade Wrestling Organization, if I'm not mistaken, he puts everything in like universe mode, like a general manager mode, where he goes in and he picks and chooses the shows and he sets everything up. That's my goal, to do that. If that's exactly how he's doing it, that's how I plan on doing it. It's how I've done it before when I've done this kind of stuff. And damn you, Pete, for getting me excited about this stuff again, because I got away from wrestling for football. And now I'm kind of going back to the wrestling thing just because there's so much more stuff you can do, so many more options. And you, the players, are involved with your character. You control your character. It's not like you join a team and then the team owner controls what you do. You have say over your guy all the time. So if you form a tag team with your buddy and then you message me and be like, hey, at this show I want to turn on him. Well, okay, we'll make that happen. And then you turn on the guy. Now you're enemies. So we get storylines and angles out of it. So, like I said, you're going to be on your show. You add your attribute points as you earn them and as you lose them. And in that universe mode, that's going to determine the rankings. And Ed and I had already discussed, as long as we have enough talent, we're going to have a main title, a secondary title, and a lower title. And the lower title will be for the guys who just joined. Because once we get the league going, guys are going to have like 85, 90, 95 overall talents. And new guys are going to join in, and the default, I think, is either 70 or 75. So they're going to have a hard time winning those belts, but they're going to have a lower tier title to start fighting for while they build their character up. So they have something to fight for, too. So it's just to make it fair for everybody. Now I'm checking to see if we got any questions, comments on any of this. They pull me out. They pull me back in. Um, you know, but I do want to stress one more time. This GWA plan has nothing to do with the IFL staying open or closing. Nothing changes with the IFL as long as we get streamers or fixed equipment. That's where we're at. Like I said, if we don't get streamers and we don't get fixed equipment, then y'all can message Chris Davis and beg him to run 8 games. Good luck with that, because even I wouldn't do it. So, that's where we're at. And I'm going to keep repeating that because I want guys to know that's where we are with the IFL. So the IFL will sit in limbo. Everything will be as is. The roster files are safe. The playbooks are safe. I'm not updating any playbook after the previous game you just had. Whatever game you just had, that's where your playbooks will be at in the file. So when I say, okay, we're back to action, some of you guys already sent playbooks. Now I'll message you and be like, all right, these changes you sent me a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, God forbid is any longer than that. Is that what you want? If you say yes, I install. If you say no, I delete it, and then you can do your work again. Start from scratch on that again, do your changes. But wherever your playbooks are as of this weekend that just passed, that's your playbooks going forward until we have playbook changes again asked for. So, like I said, if you know somebody who can help, send them my way. If you can help, send yourself my way. If you think you convince Chris Davis to run 8 games all by himself, by all means, message him and try. You ain't going to win, because like I said, that's crazy. But, you can take a shot. I mean, he could do it if we didn't have to worry about playbook changes. I'm sure it'd be like, all right, you have 1 day for playbook changes. Game ends on Sunday. Playbooks have to be in Monday. And then he has Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to run games, and Saturday. Maybe he could pull it off. I don't know, but I doubt it. But either way, like I said, it's too much to ask one particular person to do. This is the did we expand too fast question. Because if it was just 8 teams, I don't think we'd be in this situation, because I think Chris could do all 4 with no issue, because he was running 4 games anyway. So I have to ask myself, did we get too big for our britches too quick? Possible. So, but yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on Slack as I get information from TJ. Like I said, he's trying to figure it out. He's doing his best to come up with the best scenario he can. He's already given me options and suggestions. We've tried everything. Nothing has been successful yet. Nothing has worked yet. But we're trying. We're not going to give up till we succeed. It's just how it is. I refuse to let this league die, because, by damn it, this is the only place you get legit, real action. That's just all there is to it. When you tune into an IFL game, the result was real. You have to question it. And I don't want to take that away from anybody. So, well, I'm checking the chat. If anybody has any final comments, thoughts, whatever. If not, like I said, send me a message on Slack in the IFL. If you want the links to everything, I can send you links to stuff. I'm going to get a hold of Ed sooner than later. Him and I are going to have to work on figuring out what exact channel we want to use, whether it be a Discord or whether it be a Slack. Everybody's saying go Discord. If Discord's that easy and I can get in touch with somebody to walk me through it, great. Like I'm looking at my Discord now. I see 3 little heads. It says direct messages, 0 online. My icon that I have for my avatar, and then there's a plus sign. I'm clicking that, and it says, oh, another server, honk, create, join. Okay, so that explains what that is. And then below that, it says download apps. Okay, got it. But there's this little white line next to my avatar. I don't know what that is. So I got my text channels. Great. Seems self-explanatory. And then I have my drop-down arrow. I can invite people, server settings, create channel, create category, notify settings, privacy settings, change nickname, hide muted channels. Okay. So this seems self-explanatory. Down at the bottom, I see my name with a microphone, a headset. Why does that say deafen? D-E-A-F-E-N. If I put the mouse over the headset, it says D-E-A-F-E-N. I put it over the mic, it says mute. And then, of course, there's the user setting where I can go in and, I can set up my accounts, my privacy. I can set things up the way I like, my appearance and things like that. That's on me. how I want it to look. Oh, hell no. That light. Oh, wow. Okay. I was just messing with the theme. Light or dark. Light, get out of here. It's way too dark. Or bright. Holy shit. I see Chisholm has arrived. He's in, which means that link must work. Or you can just go and join, which would be kind of cool. Then at the top, I'm seeing a bell. What is this? Muting channels. Okay, and there's a pin. Okay, pin things, no different than Slack. There's two. Okay, member list. Okay, self-explanatory. There's a search. Mentions. Okay, question mark. This seems to be kind of self-explanatory. The only thing I'm wondering is how you do a few little things. Right click. Okay, right click him. Okay, so now I right click Chisholm. Now I get profiles, mention, message, call, add note, change nick. So I can change somebody else's nickname. That's not cool. Add friend, block. I can kick them or ban them. That's a lot easier than Slack, having all those options together like that. One thing I will ask everybody, once we get going, if you make a wrestler, whatever you name your wrestler, please make that your display name in whatever we use. So right now, I'm Joey Falcone, Ed's Dwayne Drew. So, of course, Mark's I'm an effing problem. That's what we know him as. But if he makes a wrestler and his name is Big Badass Mark, I want him to change his display name to Big Badass Mark. So you know precisely who he is during the shows. There's no debate, and, you're not confused. It helps everything make it a little bit easier. I think everybody be okay with that. Go to callgwa.weebly.com, and there's a link to Discord right there. It takes you. I don't even know if I can drop this link myself as a member of this channel, but we're going to see if it takes it. It's probably going to block it. Does everybody see that? Yeah, I can see it. Okay. I can see it on the GWA account. It says join our community on Discord. And right there is a link, discord.gg and everything. So anybody who wants to get involved, there you go. Awesome. That's how you can get on the Discord. Ed, I don't know if you were in here. If you're still listening, everything I just went through, I just really broke into this shit here. It seems kind of self-explanatory what's going on, how to work this stuff. So maybe we just want to do this channel the way it is. Right here on Discord and call it a thing. Does anybody know how to change maybe the Discord URL to the actual channel, or are you pretty much stuck with the way it is? I don't know if that's a possibility or not. So if someone knows the answer to that, by all means, help me out. Because I'd like to change that, because right now it's channel / and a whole bunch of freaking numbers. I'd love to change that whole link, but I don't think that's possible. AFK channel. I have no idea what AFK channel is. It says no AFK channel, AFK timeout 5 minutes. I have no idea what that is. So, yeah, like I said, if you guys can help me out with anything, yeah, that'd be great. Interrogations, okay. Emojis, all right. Widgets. Looking here. Server ID. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I can't change it, but I can see it. I see Chris Davis has now made his way on. Okay. I think this is pretty much self-explanatory. And then whenever I go into one of these files, I got to hit the X to back in. Okay. All right. Looks like that'll work. Go to the website, click Discord. Okay, yeah, never mind. Chris was saying where he could go. Okay, or Davis, or Chisholm. Jesus. I'm getting so confused. So, all right. Well, I don't want to drag this out any longer. We've been online 50 minutes, just basically repeating ourselves. If you're one of those who catch this playback and you want to get involved, let me know. and we'll check it out. And we'll get everybody involved in Discord over here. I'm checking the Creator Wrestler GWA site. And like I said, we need to get the subscriptions up over there. Right now, we only got 4. So we need to get those up. Anybody wants to be involved. So again, I'm going to put subscribe here. Oh, you know, subscribe here. I'm probably going to have to, subscribe here. There you go. So go to that account. Just put your mouse over top of it. The 3 dots should open up. Click the 3 dots and then just hit go to channel and subscribe. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to get up off of here. I got a few things I need to take care of before my Raiders come on and we go get beat up by Dallas, whatever. But I'm going to watch anyway. So all you guys, I apologize for what's going on. It's out of my control at the moment. There's nothing I can do, but I'm doing my best to figure it out. Big props to TJ because he's the one who's going to come through and help us. I'm pretty sure that if anything can happen. I want to thank Chris for doing all 8 games last week. You know, I know he had a couple issues himself with running a couple games. You know, shit happens. And like I told Ed, I can't expect people to come through and stream. I have yet to even get people to come through and do stats. So, you know, the lack of help is unfucking real. But the ones that have stepped up and helped, I thank you tremendously. I really do. So, stomp a moto in his ass and walk it dry. And that's the bottom line. Okay, I'm bugging right now. Chisholm's got me going with the whole effing show and stunning shit in the chat room. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is wrap this up. Hit me up on the IFL Slack. I can get you all the links if you don't have them already, and we'll get you involved so you can be a part of the Discord, because apparently that's the one we're going to go with because it looks like it. It seems like a lot of people are jumping in on there. Yeah, and that's one thing we're going to do too. Like Davis just posted over there. Potential creator wrestler entrance using the Usos music. That's one thing is going to be too when wrestlers get created. If you're using a WWE wrestler entrance or music, that's going to become a first serve type of thing. So the first person in that claims it, it's yours. No one else can have the same damn thing. So by all means, like I said, get in on the Discord, get in on the website, get on all that. And so, all right, ladies and gentlemen, like again, apologize for the issues we're having. We're going to try our best to figure them out sooner than later. I'll keep you updated as soon as I know. So that being said, this was the IFL State of the League address, you know, and I'm out of here. Later.